Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm here with 9 News Sports Director Rod Mackey to look ahead to the Broncos game Thursday night against the Colts.
What is this, Casual Tuesday? What's up with you?
I know. Well, we were making fun of the Jackets. Today, we got a bit of a, let's just say, a wardrobe malfunction. I just came back from Florida, came back from a hurricane.
All right.
So we'll get into that later.
I'm wearing a tank top next time then.
You look nice, though. I like that color.
I will not be wearing a tank top. I don't want to scare people, especially Steve Stager as well. No tank top. 25 years ago, maybe. Not anymore.
No tank top, which you could have used in Las Vegas. And the Broncos coming away with a 32-23 defeat at the hand of not only the hated Raiders, but the hated Josh McDaniels.
Brutal.
Perhaps the worst coach in Broncos history.
Brutal.
Before we get into the Colts game, give me your analysis of the game on Sunday.
Well, the worst part about it is you didn't just lose a game. You lost Javonte Williams. You lost Randy Gregory. That's really the worst part of it. It's tough to lose the Raiders game. It's a division game. They've lost to them 5 straight times now. 7 straight overall, but five straight overall, 7 straight on the road against the Raiders. And Raiders aren't good. It's a team that just, the rival has your number, so that's been tough to take. The tough thing, to be honest with you, Chris, is that this, remember we talked at the beginning, this is supposed to be the easier part of their schedule.
Right.
They're 2-2. They've got a Colts game that they absolutely positively have to win, because I don't think they're going to go into LA and beat the Chargers. I really don't. That's going to be a tough game. So they've got to win this game. And again, these were supposed to be the easier games. The offense looked a little bit better. The defense this time showed some chinks in the armor by letting Josh Jacobs run all over them. Bottom line, though, the worst part of it, without a doubt, is the fact that Javonte's down and Randy Gregory's down, because Melvin is now going to be your next man up. Runs hard, like the guy, but boy, oh boy.
Can't do
4
that.
fumbles in his last 44 carries. 12 over the last 12 games, 3 scoop and scores against the Broncos on a Melvin fumble. Over the last 4 years, no player in the NFL has fumbled more than Melvin. It's just he's a likable guy, and he runs so hard. But man, you just got to think it's absolutely up here. So they brought in Latavius Murray, who's with the Saints, who actually played last week, played well. I think it'll be tough. You know, we were just listening to the press conference, and he still thinks, well, maybe, you never know, and Hackett wouldn't rule it out. It's going to be tough. I mean, he's got 2 days to learn all the new stuff. But on we go, on to the Colts.
I guess when we look back at the game on Sunday, you mentioned the injuries. How do you recover from? It's not only just Javonte and Randy Gregory. Of course, you've got Justin Simmons down. You've got Russell Wilson's down, banged up. You go back to the preseason. You got Tim Patrick out. Are there enough plug-and-play players to make this competitive?
It's part of the game. I mean, that's the cliche they use in sports, and all sports is next man up. There's also a reason the starters are the starters. They are the better players. The defense has played well despite Justin Simmons, their best player, not playing. Now they're without Randy Gregory, who's been tremendous.
Yep.
They put him on the IR, meaning it's at least 4 games for him. Javonte's a huge blow. Again, had Melvin not been having these fumbling issues, Melvin and Javonte are really 1A and 1B. But Melvin didn't even touch the football in that game until the second quarter, until they gave it to him, and he fumbled on his first carry, because they've kind of taken their chips, we were in Vegas, and given them to Javonte. And then Javonte gets injured. So that is a concern. So yeah, these injuries are a big deal. It's not just how many they've had, but who they've had. But as they'll tell you all the time, no one in the NFL feels sorry for him. You got to go next man up, so we'll see what happens. But it does mean these other guys really need to step up. And
I guess the other guys who are going to step up, you've got Boone, the third string running back, who now will conceivably slot into that second spot behind Melvin Gordon for that game on Thursday?
That's the plan now, but again, we'll see what happens with Latavius Murray. Maybe they throw the football more.
And Russell Wilson looked good. It was probably his best game, right?
I think so, by far. But you mentioned he's a little bit banged up, but it was good. He also ran the ball, had some big plays. It was good to see KJ involved, only the 1 catch, but still that was a big play. Cortland continues to really be the shining star of that offense. Jerry Jeudy, some good, some bad. I mean, there's the weapons there. You got to put them together. This is not a good Colts team. It's also a banged up Colts team. We said it against the Texans, and I'll say it again. This is really a must-win. I mean, it's weird to say in Game 5 of the season, but the way the season finishes, you've got to start stacking wins now.
And you look at that Colts team, kind of a weird start to their season. They beat the Chiefs at home, but they get smoked on the road against the Jaguars. This past week, they had a pretty tight loss at home against the Titans.
They have a tie in there. Yeah,
tie in there at Houston. What do we know about them?
They're a weird team to figure out. They're a weird team to figure out. And these Thursday nights, it's funny because the Broncos keep talking about they're glad they have a Thursday night game because they want to get that Raiders taste out of their mouth. Usually the players hate these Thursday night games. You got no time to recover. The best part about playing a Thursday night game is playing it at home because as hard as it is for Denver, you got to remember the Colts now have to get on a plane, have to travel, have to stay in the hotel. It's a lot. The road games for Thursday night are way more difficult than it is for the home team. So the Broncos have a big advantage there. They're a 3.5 point favorite.
Quick flight home from Vegas too.
Quick flight home. It's quick, depressing flight home. So it's a big game. They know it. I honestly think they bounce back. I'm more concerned about the next week, but I think they bounce back and get this one. We'll see how they handle the Melvin Gordon, Mike Boone, Latavius Murray situation. Plus, you got to get guys. Guys have to step up for Randy Gregory too. So, as you talked about, the injuries are a big deal, but everyone's got them.
I guess penalties another concern to me. Another Sunday filled with kind of high impact penalties once again as well, and it felt like, I guess in terms of some of those initial issues we had with the clock being counted down by the fans, maybe some of those have been gone away, but still doesn't seem like this team's fully gelling yet.
They're still not clicking on all cylinders. It's not as bad as it's been. It wasn't as there were some penalties, and they were at bad times, but not at crucial times. I think the penalties they got issues. I would put penalties down here compared to some of their other issues right now.
Okay. Another thing that comes to mind, the schedule is so wonky for the Broncos out of the gate because they have a Monday nighter to start, then they go to 2 Sundays back-to-back, now they go to Thursday, then to Monday against the Chargers.
And then to London.
And then they go to London,
yeah.
So...
it's crazy. It's truly crazy.
Yeah.
It's as Mike Liss liked to call it, the Russell Wilson factor. Last year nobody cared. They couldn't get, for 100 million years they were on primetime all the time on the Monday nights. And all of a sudden last year, after so many losing seasons, 6 straight, they were not. There's no interest in them. Now Russell's back. He's part of them. It feels, again that kind of momentum that we had when Peyton came. So everyone's excited. So that's why they're playing these prime times. You better play well, because it's embarrassing losing some of these games. But when everyone's watching, it would be even worse. So.
All right. So you said that you think the Broncos bounce back. Do you have a score line in mind? Some weird score, because it seems like the Broncos getting weird numbers.
They like 22 is the most they've scored. That's the thing. They 23. They got 23, lost 32-23. That's the most they've scored in quite a while. They were averaging 16, 14, whatever it is. So offense comes together. I still think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Indy's banged up. The running back might not play. I'll go 23-16 Denver.
All right. I like it, because it does feel like they keep getting these weird numbers
mixed in there. If I ever get one of these
there.
right, it would be great. We'd have to play it over and over. So I'm going to go 23-16.
And I think it sounds like a pretty good scoreline to me. If I had to put a number down, which I'm not going to because I'm not the expert here, I'm too much of a fan. I'm going to always say the Broncos are winning by 3 touchdowns, but I would say yes. 23-16 sounds good to me too.
Okay. Well, if you're going to always say that, I will take the underdog, and I will be willing to wager with you and take the 3 touchdowns against the Broncos. Not that I'm going to root against the Broncos. I'll just root for the Broncos to win by 19 or 20.
The challenge with that is the Broncos have only scored 3 touchdowns in one of their 3 games so far this season.
Yeah,
or one of 4 games.
Years past. Yeah, offense has not been that prolific. Let's see if they can turn around. We saw the glimpses. We definitely saw a different Russell last week. Love to see him run the football more. That was great. Now, of course, this week he's been banged up and on the injury report. So that's obviously the good, the bad that comes with football. And on the bright side, they could be CU or CSU. So the Broncos
That's true. They could be college football in the state.
With that depressing note.
That's a good point. But Ron Mackey, 9 News Sports Director, thanks for joining us.
Next time, I expect like a suit.
I'll
Maybe
be
a tux.
More fashionable next time.
Maybe a tux. Okay.
Next time.